On Christmas morning, my 8-year-old son, Timmy, bounded into the living room with a tray in his hands, his eyes sparkling brighter than the lights on the tree. "Dad, drink this special tea I made just for you," he said, beaming with pride as he set down 2 steaming cups, one for me and one for himself. I smiled, still groggy from a long night of wrapping presents, and reached for the cup he nudged toward me, but something felt wrong. The liquid was an odd murky green with tiny flecks floating inside, nothing like any tea leaves I'd ever seen. Timmy didn't blink. He just stood there, hands clasped, watching me. A sudden chill crawled down my spine. Call it instinct or the paranoia of a grieving father who hadn't slept properly in 2 years, but I couldn't shake the feeling. I forced a laugh. "Hey buddy, why don't we switch? I want to try the one you made for yourself first. That one looks extra special." For a split second, his smile faltered. Something dark flickered across his face, disappointment, maybe even anger. Then it vanished. "Okay, Dad." We switched cups. I took a careful sip of his, warm, sweet, chamomile with honey, comforting. Timmy lifted my cup and took a big gulp. His eyes widened. He dropped the cup, clutching his throat. "Dad, it burns." He collapsed onto the floor, his small body convulsing violently. Foam bubbled from his mouth as he gasped for air that wouldn't come. I screamed his name, fell to my knees, and dialed 911 with shaking hands while Christmas lights blurred through my tears. That's when I saw it. Half hidden beneath the tree, behind a neatly wrapped present labeled for Dad, from Timmy with love, was an empty bottle of rat poison. Timmy died in my arms before the paramedics arrived. I thought that was the worst thing that could ever happen to me. I was wrong. To understand what really happened, you need to know how our family fell apart long before that Christmas morning. My name is Michael Harlan. 2 years earlier, my life looked perfect from the outside. I was a software engineer working remotely. My wife, Sarah, was a 3rd-grade teacher adored by her students. Our son, Timmy, was bright, imaginative, and gentle, or so I believed. We lived in Evergreen Hills, the kind of neighborhood where people waved from porches and kids rode bikes until sunset. Christmas used to be magical. Cookies baking, music playing, Sarah reading. 'Twas the night before Christmas by the fire while Timmy drank chamomile tea beside her. Tea was their thing. Little cups, honey stirred carefully, a ritual. Then Sarah got sick. At first it was headaches, fatigue, weight loss, bruises that appeared without explanation. She insisted it was stress. It was stage 4 cancer. By the time doctors caught it, it had already spread. We tried everything: chemo, radiation, experimental treatments. I took leave from work and turned our house into a makeshift hospital. Timmy was 6 and didn't understand. "When will Mommy get better?" he asked, holding her fragile hand. Sarah lasted 8 months. Near the end, she was barely conscious, but her spirit never broke. She whispered stories to Timmy, sang lullabies in a fatting voice. A week before she died, I overheard them talking. "Mommy, why do you have to go?" "Everyone's time comes, sweetheart, but I'll always be watching you." "I don't want you to go. I want you to stay forever." "I know. Daddy will take care of you. Promise me you'll be good." "I promise." She died on a rainy October morning. I held her hand as she slipped away. When I picked Timmy up from school, his teacher told me he'd been unusually quiet. That night, I found his drawings. Stick figures of our family. Sarah always had wings. Grief hollowed us out. I buried myself in work. Timmy withdrew into his room. Sometimes I heard him talking softly at night. "Daddy, Mommy visits me," he said one morning. I smiled through the pain. "She's in your heart, buddy." "No," he said seriously. "She comes at night, she talks to me." The therapist said it was normal. Then the cat died. Whiskers, Sarah's beloved tabby, was found stiff in the yard with foam at his mouth. The vet said poison, probably something he ate. Timmy cried, but later I heard him whisper, "Mommy didn't like whiskers scratching the couch." Then my mother-in-law visited for Thanksgiving. They argued over dinner. That night she was rushed to the hospital with violent stomach pains. Food poisoning, they said. "Grandma's mean," Timmy muttered afterward. "Mommy says so." I started watching him more closely. He collected things, herbs, bottles, cleaning fluids, for tea parties with Mommy. He began making me tea every night. I drank it at first, it helped me sleep. Then came the dreams, Sarah furious, accusing. "You let me die." I stopped drinking the tea. Timmy noticed. His eyes would narrow just slightly. I installed a baby monitor in his room. At 2:13 a.m. I heard whispering. "Timmy, my sweet boy." A woman's voice. Sarah's voice. I ran into his room, nothing. Later I learned the truth. He had her old phone, old voicemails. He played them at night. But at the time, I didn't know. The second Christmas approached. Timmy spent hours in the basement where I'd stored Sarah's belongings. One day I went down and found her journals open, medical notes, symptom diaries. And something worse. Entries about Timmy. When he was 4, the neighbor's dog had died after barking constantly. Timmy had said he gave it a special treat. Sarah had covered it up. There was more. And then I found antifreeze missing from the garage. That night I confronted him gently. "Timmy, are you trying to hurt Daddy?" He burst into tears. "I just want you with Mommy." I locked up every poison I could find. It didn't matter. Christmas Eve, I pretended to sleep. At midnight, I saw him in the kitchen, boiling water, adding leaves and crushed berries, whispering. "Mommy says it's time." The tea on Christmas morning was meant to kill me. I switched the cups. The autopsy revealed oleander extract mixed with rat poison, enough to kill an adult. The police ruled it a tragic accident. A grieving child, manipulated by recordings, confused by loss. But when I cleaned his room weeks later, I found a drawing. Our family. Sarah had horns. Timmy smiled, holding a cup. Underneath, written in shaky letters, "Mommy made me do it." In the corner was writing that wasn't his. Sarah's handwriting. "Drink the tea, Michael. I don't sleep anymore. Sometimes at night, I hear water boiling in the kitchen." And a child's voice whispering, "Dad, I made special tea."